Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I am going to be taking a look at some of the cards that Weiss Schwarz have been revealing for Azur Lane, which in my opinion is the next biggest English Weiss Schwarz release. Now, I say revealing, but they have been around in Japanese since last December, so we know what the cards look like if you have been around since then. Obviously, if you're new to the channel or new to Weiss Schwarz, you may not have seen these. And we're just going to take a look at them and also look at the Japanese cards and explain why this will be such a popular and big set when it comes out next month. So if we head on over to Weiss Schwarz Instagram page, they also posted some of the cards on Twitter. But if we start taking a look at some of the cards, you might understand why this was such a popular set within Weiss Schwarz. So already there's two of the SPs. Now, again, there were tons of SPs in this set, very similar to HoloLive in that sense, where we've just got loads and loads of SPs. So there's some more card designs, and I'm sure you get the point. This is a very lewd set, and these sets always go down well with players and collectors in Weiss Schwarz. A lot of people chase these types of cards, and I feel like we don't often get lewd sets, so when we do, they normally become very popular and very desired, and that's why this did so well in Japanese. Now, if we're talking about Azur Lane, I believe it was a video game or mobile video game, so it's not something I've ever interacted with or experienced. Like, I don't know any of the characters or anything. I don't know how many people who bought the Japanese set know them, but people do chase these types of sets. So if we head on over to the Weiss Schwarz product page, we can see that not only is there a booster box, there's 4 trial decks with it. Now, this isn't that unusual. They do it occasionally. HoloLive Volume 1 also had several trial decks. I don't know if it's because there's lots of SPs that they do several trial decks, or because they think it's going to be a very popular set. Obviously, when it came out in Japanese, I believe it was the same. So we had several trial decks, and obviously each trial deck, you know, have different characters, have different cards in them. So yeah, as I said, we've got 27th of October for the English release date. Let's head on over to Yute and take a look at some of the cards, some of the prices. As you can see here, there are some cards still in stock, despite it being sort of 8 to 10 months old at this point. I feel like when there's a lot of SPs, like, this can happen simply because people aren't collecting every single SP. It would cost so much money, right? Look at all of these SPs. Look at how many SPs we've got. What does it actually say on the booster box here? If we open this, we should get some more information, I think, about SPs. But yeah, so we've got 39 SPs, 4 secret rares, 79 SRs. So yeah, there's signed cards. We're looking at over 40, right? We've also got 4 trial decks, so we've got some signed cards in them as well. But yeah, there's still some available. Let's actually head over to TCG Republic. I know they're overpriced in terms of these cards, but we can just see the art a little bit better compared to Yusei. It's kind of just shows up a lot clearer. Now, how are these? Is it just listing all of them? Okay, I was on page 2. So let's go back to page 1. We can see the sealed product and stuff there. And we've got some very expensive cards. So this seems to be the chase card. As indicated with the T here after the hyphen, this is obviously obtained from the trial deck. They've got it listed at $1,300. Let's take a look on Yute, and there it is. So they've got it for $540 US. So this is why a lot of people advise against TCG Republic. You can pick it up here. Obviously, you need a mail forwarding address. I've done a video about buying from Japan, so if you're interested in that, take a look at that video. But obviously, yeah, there's a bit more setup here if you've never bought from Yute. But if you're after this card, you literally save like $800 by buying it on Yute. Yeah, it's definitely that one. So yeah, we've got some very expensive cards in general, but there's a lot of them. And as you can see, we want to just sort of take a look at some of the artwork. So an SP from the main set. I believe that that was the chase card from the booster box when it came out in Japanese. It will probably follow suit when it's out in English. These four here, I think they've all got the T, so they're the SPs you can get from the trial decks. Let's actually just take a look at Yute and see how much. I mean, this one is actually in stock as well. There's 4 copies by the looks of it, but let's take a look at the booster box card. So again, yeah, there is one in stock for $269. So as you can see, half the price of what TCG Republic are trying to charge. But yeah, if we're looking at artwork in general, yeah, I mean, I don't really have to say anything about that, do I? I think the picture speaks 1,000 words. I think that's the saying, isn't it? Right. So if we just take a look, some of them, you know, I think that was the one they revealed actually on their Twitter and Instagram. But yeah, we've got a lot of SPs, a lot of lewd SPs, and yeah, these sets in Weiss Schwarz generally seem to always do well. There's always collectors that are after these type of lewd waifu sets. I have no idea who these characters are. I don't know how many people who collected the Japanese set are also into the series, the IP itself, the game. But yeah, I think a lot of people are collecting these just for the fact of the art. Now the art itself as well, if you take that into account, like we have had some sets where the backgrounds, the designs, very simple and plain. A lot of people don't like that. They much prefer more detailed cards, more detailed designs, such as like Dengeki Bunko that we just had. Sets like this where there's just a lot of detail, there's a lot of stuff going on in the background, not just like a plain flat color. We've got a very interesting triple rare on that one there. But yeah, I'm expecting this to do extremely popular when it comes out in English next month. I'm sure a lot of other people are. I am taking pre-orders for this on my site, cardcami.co.uk. So if you're in the UK or EU, you can order the trial deck or the booster box. They're still both available. I still have some of them available to purchase. Interestingly, just going slightly off topic and talking about Overlord for a second, Dengeki Bunko and Overlord came out and had the same release date. Overlord, I feel like, was a bit overshadowed by that Dengeki Bunko release date. With having both of them come out, I think if you're someone who's into the TCG for collecting, you're going to pick one or the other. Like at the end of the day, you're going to have a certain amount of money that you can spend on these cards. When 2 popular sets get released at the same time, chances are you're probably going to pick one rather than try and overspend and buy as much as you wanted of both of them. And I feel like that happened. I feel from my store and selling them as well, I think Dengeki Bunko did a lot better. And looking at prices and things out there online, Overlord didn't do as well, even though there was a lot of expectation for it to do well because of how popular Overlord Volume 1 was, and some of the cards from that are very expensive. So yeah, it's very interesting to see how that played out. I don't know if the dynamic would be like, we don't know how different it would be if those release dates were a month apart. I guess we can only speculate and assume that maybe if they were released at different times, Overlord may have done a bit better, but people still could have over-ordered the set and then it maybe not done as well as people hoped. We won't really know. I mean, the economy isn't in the best sort of position at the moment worldwide, so maybe Overlord just, you know, would have been the same. We don't really know, but for me, my personal opinion, I feel like the fact that they released on the same day, a lot of people ended up siding and picking Dengeki Bunko to collect or open, or, you know, they put their money there rather than in Overlord 2. Don't get me wrong, like I still sold Overlord 2 and we did a stream and opened that and hit one of the secret rares. You know, it still went well. I just think people's expectations were different. that everyone expected it to do well, and maybe it slightly underperformed, which is the weird thing with Weiss Schwarz, I suppose, is that, you know, it's print to pre-order. It's all based kind of on people's expectations of how the set will do. I mean, you look at Attack on Titan final season, everyone over-ordered that, thought it would do amazing, and it just absolutely tanked. Now, it was a bit of an anomaly. Like, most sets that people expect to do well normally do well. Now, obviously, I've said Azur Lane is a set and will be a big set, a very popular set when it comes out. And of course, if people over-order it, then, and it doesn't meet the supply, then, you know, it perhaps doesn't come off as a big set. But I think regardless, I think this set will do well. You know, even if there's a lot of pre-orders out for this set because people are assuming it will do well, I think the card art and the set itself will just carry it past that anyway. Even if there's a lot of supply out there, I think because of what the set provides those lewd cards that a lot of players and collectors do enjoy, and we often don't get those sets, especially in English. We really don't get these types of sets. I think because of that, it will do really well. I think that will be enough to carry this regardless of the amount of pre-orders that have been put in. So yeah, that's my expectation of the set. Now, obviously, it's my opinion, it's speculation, anything can happen. But I'm placing orders while taking that into account. When I place pre-orders, I have to gauge and predict what I think the set will do, and because of that, you know, I have to order a certain amount of cases for different sets. I have to work out, do I want 5 cases of this? Do I want 1 case of this? Or do I want to not get any of this set in because no one's pre-ordered it and no one cares about it? So this is a set I will be ordering a lot of. I think it will do similar to HoloLive Volume 2, which was the best set I have sort of sold and stocked so far. I believe it will be on par with that, but we'll see. Literally comes out in about a month and a week, so we'll find out very shortly. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit like. If you're interested in watching more videos and you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.